Okay, so we'll talk about Varanasi in this one.
Yeah, so with the tickets booked out of Varanasi, we had one evening and one morning to see the place, which we were worried wasn't enough, but I think in the end it actually
Yeah,
was. Like,
yeah,
we got the feel of the place.
yeah. So we left the station in a tuk-tuk, probably overpriced. We'd read in the guidebook that it was going to be 100 rupees, which is about £1. Yeah, about £1 to the town, and we walked out and were offered 100 rupees straight away. So we could have definitely got it for less, but we were just happy to pay it and get into town.
And so you can only go so far in the tuk-tuks, and then the closer you get to the river, it's pedestrianised. So we got out and we walked a few hundred metres to our hotel.
Yeah, to the hotel. Hotel was really nice. It was kind of a little bit like, not a homestay, but the people that operated it lived there and had like a kitchen area in the back of the building downstairs. And the guy was really nice. Like, didn't really get much good service in India, but this guy was really nice, not pushy. He offered a restaurant that he got on the top of the building, and he offered a boat ride, but he just offered it nice and gently and accepted no first time.
And the room was teeny tiny, but just enough, like nice bed,
little ensuite bathroom,
but clean and nice.
Yeah, it would have been a bit of a push to stay for longer because she didn't have any space to put anything, but it was fine for the night.
Yeah. So that evening we went out and we got some street food snacks like samosas and pakoras, and ate them on the steps that go down to the Ganges, which are called ghats.
The street food was served in newspaper like old fish and chips.
And it was just such a nice atmosphere, like just chilled out and
quite tourist. Well, like, yeah, not touristy because, well, there was a lot of Indian tourism and Indian religious pilgrimage tourism, and a lot of foreign tourists. And the first time in India that we'd seen like people looking like tourists, like in the rest of India up until that point, we'd seen everyone making an effort to like wear long trousers and cover themselves up and sort of fit in a little bit. I mean, obviously they don't fit in, we all stand out like sore thumbs, but like everyone kind of made an effort. And this was the first time where you saw people going around on tours,
and strappy tops,
middle-aged people with giant cameras and
but anyway,
shorts and t-shirt and strappy tops and stuff.
Yeah, but it was a nice atmosphere. It's just really calm, and like, I guess because it was pedestrianised, like just quiet, and
foreigners were still in the vast minority.
Yeah. So we didn't really have a proper dinner. We just had those snacks, and then that evening, every evening, on those steps they do a Hindu ceremony where they're like waving incense,
like fire sticks and stuff around.
And they blow shells.
Yeah, like shell horn things, and
they ring bells.
And they sing and wail and do all that sort of stuff. It was really interesting. I definitely did. I think we both probably did. Felt like after half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, it was interesting and different, but then it kind of just seemed like, yeah, this is like interesting, different church. And like, wouldn't want to go again really, because it's just like a different church.
And like all the stairs were completely full of people sat on them lined up, and then the river in front of that area was full of boats packed with people, so they could watch it from that side. It was really nice, like busy atmosphere. So that was it for that night. And then we tried to get up early in the morning to see the Ganges in the morning and see people like going about the business. That's like a few
Well, we got
people,
up to see the sunrise, but we didn't. We kind of missed it, I think. But anyway,
people washing in the Ganges.
yeah, it was really nice. It was a different atmosphere in the morning. Like more people just, I don't know, being a bit quieter with their religion, just going having a wash in the water and doing their own sort of thing.
And that morning, a priest approached us and started blessing us, like doing
Spent
this
about
to our
5
heads.
minutes, like stroking her hair and blessing us for different stuff, blessing us for having a baby next year.
Ryan
I told him was far too soon.
Ryan negotiated 3 or 5 years. Anyway, at the end of it all, he asked for some money. We gave him a note, and he said it wasn't enough. He said, people usually give me 100. And we said, no.
I nearly told him, like, I didn't think he should be asking for money, but I just gave him a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was probably a pitchful amount, but really awkward, like, just another instance of things being spoiled, really. I don't know whether we told you about this guy that got us in when we...
Oh, no, we haven't.
Okay, so briefly, a guy took us off the street
in Jaipur
during Holi, and...
He approached us by saying hello, and then he stopped us and he said, why are foreigners always...
why are you all suspicious?
Yeah, afraid to talk to us, why are you suspicious?
And we told him, like, that... it was like we'd just been going through Holi, so I was like, oh, well, people have been like a bit, not in so many words, but briefly just been a bit gropey of Robin.
Yeah.
But
I was like itching to say, because every time someone stopped to talk to us, they want to sell us something. But I didn't.
Anyway, so he took us back to his house, and we were on complete guard and ready to evacuate if we needed to, but went through the motions.
He was
anyway.
offering us tea.
He offered us tea, and then he fed us some chapatis with some curry. And then, like, nearly as soon as we got to his house, he mentions that he's an artist. And he's like, right, okay, that's why we're here then.
Yeah.
So, like, after he'd fed us, out come the postcards, and he's trying to sell us these postcards. In the end, we bought one, and he was pushing for more, but maybe he's like art teacher or someone, was in the end sort of like, no, they're buying one and they're not going to buy more.
Yeah.
In Indian. Well,
I mean, like, when they came out, I thought, wow, they are impressive. Let's
yeah,
get
like, we
one.
wouldn't have bought one, but we were pleasantly...
Then he got so pushy.
Yeah, like, we were going to buy one anyway.
Yeah.
And then he was just pushing and pushing and pushing, and we wouldn't, like, if we didn't like it, we wouldn't have bought one, but we did, like, we liked it.
Yeah. Anyway, so Varanasi, that morning we had to get a tuk-tuk, 14 kilometres to a train station, which we'd asked the hotel guy how much that should cost, and he said 400. So we started walking along the pedestrianised area to where the tuk-tuks were, and nearly the whole distance a guy was walking with us, trying to get us to go with him in his tuk-tuk, and he was saying, I think he started at 500 maybe, came down to 400, and we just kept saying 350, 350.
And we got up to the other end, where we were surrounded by other tuk-tuks that would have approached us, or we could have approached. And he said, yeah, 350, let's go.
Yeah.
So I think we could have probably got it for less, because he was very quick to get us away from the other ones once we got up there.
And he drove us a bit of the way, and then he stopped and somehow negotiated with another driver to take us. I don't really know why, but anyway.
I think he's kind of like an English negotiator, and then palmed us off onto someone else for a commission that didn't speak English, probably.
And that second driver was like the fastest tuk-tuk driver we've been with. It was a bit scary.
Yeah, we've got a video of that will go on, I think.
Oh, okay.
And the pollution, like around that
Mm.
station that we were going to, like we got stuck in some traffic, and the pollution was horrific. Like you
Yeah.
really wanted like a face mask on.
Yeah. So that's it. That's
We
the
also
end
had
of-
curry for breakfast that day. That was
Oh,
curry
yeah.
and syrup, and like puffed chapati, bread, deep fried things. And we had it at like 6 o'clock in the morning, so
Mm.
it was a bit much, although it was still fun and nice.
Mm.
Anyway,
That's Varanasi.
it's Varanasi.